Today I'll be showing you my Baromagnes deck profile. So if you watched Bruce deck profile, you'll see that I mentioned there about my quitting of Dark State. So this is now my Baromagnes because these are going away soon. So yeah, we'll start with the red line. 1 Baromagnes, 1 Electro Spartan, 1 Deep Sonicer. So this Soul Charge early. Electro Spartan gives you +2 to Soul and lets you draw 1. Baromagnes, of course, you know what it does. On swing, you counterblast 1. If you have 5 or more, you draw. If 10 or more, 10k plus 1 crit. And 15 or more, you board wipe each other, but you call 2 and those get plus 10k. So, really good. Next, we'll start with the triggers. So, same lineup for Bruce. 1 Dark States over trigger. 4 heals. 3 of the new fronts. And of course, you run 8 crits. See this early? Easy pressure, especially when you have 10 or more cards in Soul. 4 heal, you know, the new fronts, I just put them for the 15k, for the 20k shield. Really good. 8 crits, pressure. This deck doesn't need that much, that draw engine, because it swings a lot, so, you know, you can kill before you would even need it. Next, you run 4 of the Dark States PG. Good card. 2 Deep Sonicer, since this becomes 28k on Persona Ride, when you pull them out using Baromagnes' skill. And 3 Brother Soul. For obvious reasons that this thing, if you pull this out, that's easily +6 in Soul, if you get all 3. Early, anyway. And it can also be discard fodder if you wanted to. If you want to play tempo. Lastly, there we go for the grade 2s. 4 Crimson Expeller, when it attacks, you get Soul Charge 1, and if it's in your Soul, you Counterblast 1. You take this, you Soul Blast itself, you Soul Charge 1 again, and then one of your Vanguards gets plus 10k. So, pseudo Persona Ride, plus 10k. Really good. Selfish Engraver, on hit, Soul Charge 1. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if your Soul has 10 or more cards, you put her back into the Soul, and then you Countercharge 1. So, if you do this on a Baromagnes turn, this essentially refunds the cost for Baromagnes' skill, which is good, to say the least. It's really good. So next, we'll move on to the grade 3s. For the grade 3s, of course, 3 Baromagnes to complete the Persona Ride, for obvious reasons. 4 Curtis. I really don't like running him, but since he gives extra soul, I really have no choice. His axe skill is bad, you know, since CB2 to get, you know, your front row gets +5. That's bad because it only works for that instance and it's not an auto skill, or, you know, it doesn't apply to when you call in other cards, so it's bad. So if you pull him in using Baromagnes' skill, the next time you call, the +5 won't be there, so, you know, it's really bad. I prefer to not use his skill at all. It's just for the Soul Charge, so you can turbo your way to winning. And lastly, we run 4 orders. So I run 2 Crawl You Insects, because this is a Soul Charge 1, and it gives one of your units a very, very, very big beat stick potential. So its skill is you Counterblast 1, you Soul Charge 1, then choose one of your units, and it gets plus 10,000 until the end of turn for every 5 cards in Soul. If your Soul is 10 or more, you draw 1. So you can obviously give this to Baromagnes himself. Gives him a lot of power, especially on Persona Ride, so that pushes for lethal. Plus, it's a +1 to hand. It's good. However, this thing here, this changed how Baromagnes played. It gave it a lot more speed and consistency. So, Supernatural Extraction, what this does is you Counterblast 1, you discard 1, you Soul Charge 3. And if your Soul is 10 or more, you choose a card from your Soul and you put it into your hand. So, for CB1 and discard 1, you basically have a Protoball effect with Soul Charge 3. That is really good. Lets you fetch out PGs, Deep Sonicer, lets you also fish out Selfish Engraver, and what other pieces you need. You can also fish another Baromagnes if you need it, which is good. So, yeah, that's my deck profile for Baromagnes. These Dark States will be going away soon. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.